Who has better paint schemes, Kyle Busch or the Kevin Harvick Busch era? I tell you what, they're both absolutely beautiful. And right here, folks, we got well, it's not a Nebraska Cornhuskers diecast. It is Kevin Harvick's 2020 Busch Light for the Farmers Ford Mustang. Howdy, folks, it is Diecastbuffet here again. Welcome back to another NASCAR diecast review, and today's car is going to be, well, kind of a corny diecast. It is Kevin Harvick's 2020 Busch Light for the Farmers Ford Mustang. Yeah, so they got all kinds of farm fields and corn cobs around the diecast, but this is an awesome paint scheme that ran at the Atlanta Cup Series race. This is an awesome diecast. Of course, this does come on the alcoholic base. I'll have to remove that for the proper diecast review. But without further ado, let's go and get this 2020 Busch Light for the Farmers Ford Mustang right out of the box. Alrighty, folks, brand new out of the box, off of the base, and whoa! Now, this diecast really gives me some Jeff Gordon Farmville vibes with it, but I gotta say, this is one of the best looking paint schemes of the season. When this car went to victory lane at Atlanta Motor Speedway, honestly, I was really glad that they actually ran this paint scheme, because I tell you what, this thing is beautiful. And if you look at the paint schemes Kevin Harvick has drove the victory lane this season, I tell you what, he's driven some amazing looking race cars. You know, you think about the Michigan sweep, both for the candy apple, it's like a candy apple red, but it's the Busch Light Apple L Ford Mustang. That one is one of the goats of paint schemes. I mean, it's one of the greatest NASCAR paint schemes in history. And I tell you what, when they make that diecast, oh sweet baby Jesus, you can bet your bottom dollar we're gonna be doing a diecast review on that. And if they screw it up, I'm gonna be madder than a wet hen. But over here to the nose of this car, so you got all kinds of corn cobs around it. You think it's a Nebraska Cornhuskers game, but you got the Busch Light logo right there. And, you know, you can even ask Robbie Noonan on this one. Busch, or Anheuser-Busch themselves, they really put an emphasis on marketing, and they want their cars to be the talk of the garage. And I tell you what, when you go to Atlanta with a car like this one weekend, and you go to Pocono, and you got a beautiful purplish kind of car, you go to the Daytona road course, you know, beautiful, beautiful race cars. So you got Busch Light right there, brewed for the farmers. Again, they kind of do a little bit of play on words right here. Sometimes they would say, you know, whatever, made in California on the Kevin Harvick beer diecast, you know, on the patriotic car it says brew in the USA, you know, just really cool play on words how Busch Light is very, I would say, open when it comes to their sponsorship and their brand logos. You know, some of these sponsors, I'll tell you what, they get really, they get into the nitty-gritty about things, and they don't want nothing changed on the car, no fonts, no wording, no slogans, because they just don't understand that having a little bit of some fun with the paint schemes really sells your sponsor. So you got the Ford logo right there. You got Mustang. You got kind of like I would say a hilly countryside farmland. You know, reminds me of some farming simulator. Fun fact: I actually enjoy playing farming simulator. Fun fact right there for the day. Got Stuart Haas Racing, got 3M, Lincoln Welders, Sunoco, black splitter, very nice. Got the white number 4 right there. Honestly, this is a very detailed paint scheme, and honestly, I freaking love it. So you go get to the left side of this diecast, and I think the Busch can right there is a little bit skewed up. Let's look to the other side. So yeah, that's a straight up can right there. We got a dented can over here, so that's all good. But you got Kevin Harvick right here. Actually, tell you what, let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Let's go ahead and get a closer look. Of course, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button here, and I'd greatly appreciate it. But let's get a closer look at this diecast. You got Kevin Harvick right there. You got the American flag. I mean, what better diecast to get an American flag on there than this? You do have the race win sticker from Donington. Of course, Donington was ran mid-May. This is like the first week in June. Got Ford right there. Got Mobile One, Haas. I'm not sure what that one is. Something farm or something. You got Hunt Brothers Pizza. Mobile One once again. Hashtag for the farmers. You got Exalta right there. Rush Truck Center's got a dented beer can. You got some corn just chilling in the background as the sun sets. You got birds over here having a jolly good time. You got Haas, Jimmy John's, Hunt Brothers Pizza. And I tell you what, the paint scheme design is absolutely beautiful. Now notice there's a little bit of some discrepancy, I guess you could say, between the blues and the clouds and the actual paint job. Now, this is one of those things where diecast making kind of has to, I would say, scale back their things, but they have to make some sort of, I would say, a sacrifice of quality. Because on a real paint scheme, right, when you have billions of pixels, basically, you can put extremely fine transitions. But when it comes to a diecast, sometimes these clouds and whatnot, fine details like that could appear sometimes a little worse on the diecast scale, because you're taking about 1 billion pixels and you're trying to compress it into one 1/64 scale wrap. So sometimes you will get some odd transitions, and that is a odd transition. So as someone who kind of understands how compression works and whatnot, I'm going to give them a big pass on that, because sometimes those things are just unavoidable. You'd have to redesign the whole paint scheme, and I mean, it would just be really difficult to get those transitions right on a 1/64 scale. We've got NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR Race Car, Goodyear, got a little bit of some decal crinkling there, and you just got this gigantic farmland, man. And you go into the caboose of this diecast, zoom out a little bit there. And this whole paint scheme, guys, I mean, it's just beautifully done. I mean, you got the paint scheme that goes around the whole car. The transitions is what I really like about it, how the front of the car has a transition, right? It ties the nose of the car together with the sides. But the sides of the car ties in the back end of the car as well. I just think this is a beautiful paint scheme. It really is. You know, some people might look at this and be like, eh. To me, oh my god, I love these paint schemes, man. If I ever had a NASCAR team, if I ever had a sponsorship at NASCAR, I would want the best paint schemes on track. I got Mobile One right there, got Ford license plate right there, got Busch light black spoiler, got the number 4 right there. Go to the right side of this diecast, and I just gotta say, guys, this is a beautiful race car. And you know, for those custom makers out there, think about this. So you're gonna get the Michigan diecast, not the raced version, of course, but you're gonna get the Apple Ale cars. You could do a duo Michigan Race Win custom set right there. You got the Atlanta one, you could do, this is a clean version, I might add, so you could do a raced version of this. You could do the Brickyard Win. There's so many different combinations you could pretty much do with the Kevin Harvick diecast, not including the normal Busch Light car itself. You could really make some awesome custom diecast, you know, the raced versions or whatnot. Sure, the details might be small, but you can also detail the interior like I do. Just little details here and there can really make a custom really stand out. I wish they would have done a little bit better with it, but again, it's so hard to do this sometimes on these 1/64 scale cars. Now, if they did this on a 1/24, oh, I would have a chap tied end about it, because with a 1/24, you're paying 10 times the price. They should have those details worked out. But for a 1/64 scale diecast, I'm willing to let it slide. Notice a little 4 silver outlining here, something that you would never notice on the door numbers. But there's a very thin silver stripe around the whole 4. Of course, over here to the roof flaps, you got Mobile One right there. Kevin Harvick on the back windshield. Also, here's a little bit of a look at the front window banner right there, very sharp. And of course, over here on the deck lid, you got Farm Rescue. Also making the Clint Bowyer diecast. Yeah, that's the first ever alcoholic-based diecast for Clint Bowyer, I think, in at least a decade. Of course, in the 1/64 scale. But yeah, they're making the Busch Light for the farmers Clint Bowyer diecast. The first time we ever got a Clint Bowyer Busch car. That's literally going to be releasing within days, if not already by the time of this video. If you're just watching this and it's already been released, well, try to get it while you can, because that's going to be an awesome Clint Bowyer diecast. Imagine having the Bowyer diecast and the Kevin Harvick for the farmers pair. I tell you what, that would be one awesome combination for some alternate paint scheme racing. Anyways, folks, thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. I hope y'all enjoy these diecast reviews. I do all these for y'all every day, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can tune in for some NASCAR diecast content, whether it's hauls, wave reviews, diecast reviews, and of course, literally this Sunday, tune in for the NASCAR Diecast Cup Series All-Star Race, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here, live on Diecastbuffet. With all that being said, folks, hope you're having a great one. Diecastbuffet. Stay humble. Signing off.